All right, let's talk about a huge shakeup that's happening right now in online shopping. And it's coming from a name you definitely know, OpenAI. It turns out they're not just changing how we chat with AI, they're about to completely change how we all shop online. Let's get into what this really means. I want you to just imagine this for a second. Instead of opening, a million tabs, scrolling endlessly, and trying to compare prices on all these different websites, what if you could just ask? What if finding the perfect gift was as easy as just talking to someone?
Well, guess what? That future isn't some far-off what-if anymore. OpenAI is turning that exact idea into reality right now, and it's set to completely change the way we buy things online.
So, let's take a look at what this new world of, conversational commerce actually feels like for you, the user. How does it work, and what really makes it so different? You see, the whole idea here is seamlessness. The old way was kind of a mess, right? You'd search on Google or Amazon, click a bunch of links, go to different stores, and then finally check out. But OpenAI's new instant checkout feature just collapses all of that into one single conversation. You can find what you want, compare it, and buy it, all without ever leaving the chat window.
So, how does this magic trick actually happen? It's surprisingly straightforward. Let's break down the mechanics of how you get from a simple question to a finished purchase.
The whole thing is incredibly simple. You could ask something like, hey, what's a good gift for my friend who loves ceramics? And ChatGPT will show you relevant products with pictures, with prices. But here's the game changer. Instead of a link, there's a buy button right there. You just tap it, confirm your details, and you're done.
And make no mistake, this is not some small test run. The scale of this launch is massive. It's kicking off with Etsy sellers here in the US and is going to include over 1 million Shopify merchants soon. We're talking huge brands like Skims and Glossier. And with secure payments from Apple Pay and Stripe baked in from the start, this thing is built for the mainstream.
And this is where we need to kind of zoom out and look at the bigger picture, because this isn't just a cool new feature. Nope. This is a direct challenge to the giants that have been running online retail for decades. A real power shift could be starting right now.
Just think about it. When you want to buy something online, where do you start? For most of us, it's a Google search or the Amazon app. For years, they've been the undisputed gatekeepers. They controlled how we find products and how they're sold, setting the rules for everyone.
And this really highlights a huge difference in approach. We're moving from a search-based model where companies can, push their own products or charge sellers a fortune just to be seen, to a conversation-based model. OpenAI says its recommendations are organic, and they'll only take a small fee on a finished sale. That is a totally different incentive structure.
And here is the promise, straight from OpenAI themselves. This quote is absolutely crucial. By saying results are ranked purely on relevance to the user, they're positioning themselves as a neutral, trusted advisor. It's a direct shot at the business models of the current gatekeepers.
But this story gets even bigger. This isn't just about one app versus another. It's a race to build the actual foundation, the rules of the road, if you will, for all AI shopping in the future.
The tech that's making all this possible is called the Agentic Commerce Protocol, or ACP. It was built by OpenAI with the payments giant Stripe. You can think of it as the set of instructions that lets an AI, like ChatGPT, securely talk to a store's website and handle a purchase for you.
Now here's the really clever part. OpenAI is making ACP open source. So why would they do that? Why give it away? Well, because by making it free, they're hoping everyone, developers, stores, other AI companies, will use it. And if their protocol becomes the industry standard, then OpenAI effectively becomes the architect of this whole new AI-powered economy. But they are not alone in this race. We are seeing the very beginning of the protocol wars. Google has already launched its own version called the Agent Payments Protocol, or AP2. And just look at the strategy. Both companies are doing the exact same thing with the exact same goal: get everyone to adopt their tech as the universal standard. Whoever wins this could shape the entire future of retail.
So after all this talk about protocols and power shifts, let's bring it back to you. What does this actually mean for the way you're going to be shopping in the very, very near future?
The key takeaway is this. We are watching a fundamental shift in our behavior. We are moving away from the era of actively searching for stuff, and we're moving into an era of conversing with a personal AI assistant that goes and finds it for you.
And that raises a really important question for all of us. As these AIs get smarter, they basically become our personal shoppers, our tastemakers, our advisors.
So who do you trust to be in that role? The company that runs the world's biggest search engine? The one that runs the world's biggest online store? Or a new player that's promising to be neutral?
Ultimately, it all boils down to this one question. The battle for the future of online shopping is on, and the front line is the interface where it all begins. Is that going to be the familiar search bar, or is it going to be the conversational chat box? The answer is going to define the next era of commerce. Thanks for joining us.